Hey guys, Adam Andrews with AeroWorks Productions and HardcoreDrones.com, and today we've got a really cool review for you. This is a brand new hard case put out by the guys at Minuteman Cases. This is actually the Q500 case. Now let me show you what really sets it apart. First of all, the case is housed in an SKB case. That's pretty much the hard case standard right now in the drone world. These are mil-spec cases, waterproof and dustproof. This particular case here is wheeled. It has the wheels on it. You've got multiple buckles on all three sides. You do also have, like I said, you have the wheels, and then opposite the wheels, you have a large handle that pulls out there. You also have some smaller handles on three sides. So if you have a crew, the crew can, grab a handle on each side and help you carry it to your destination. Let's go ahead and take a look at the inside though. All right, well the first thing you're gonna notice about this case is this red interior. This thing really pops out, helps you see all your equipment in there. I think it's probably the coolest looking interior over all the case manufacturers. We've seen blue, we've seen black, but this red really stands out, especially against the white background of your copter. But what really sets the Minuteman cases apart is the fact that you can leave your props installed along with your gimbal. You can leave your props installed, which means you can get in the air literally in under a minute from taking it out of the case. Now there are some other companies that allow you to leave props on, and we've seen those with the Phantom and some of the other smaller copters. But the difference is you're going to notice that these props are actually recessed and cut out down into the case. So on the other cases where you have a prop that sits up higher than the case, when you close that lid, you essentially put pressure down on those props and you leave them in a bent and a warped state, and it's not good for your props. What Minuteman has really done here is recess the props, given you room to put all your gear, and it's just a really awesome case. Let's take a look at what you can put in here. So not only can you put a fully assembled Q500, Q500 Plus or 4K model in there, fully assembled with props and gimbal. You have your transmitter, which has a beautifully cut hole here for the transmitter. You've got slots for all the switches. Nothing is getting pressed against. You've got spaces for at least 4 batteries, plus you could have one in the copter. You've got a space for your battery charger, your AC adapter, your steady grip, your programming cable. You've got a slot over here for accessories and manuals and extra props. And the really cool thing that they're doing with all their cases now is down in the bottom. It's a little hard to see here, but I have a spare one to show you. You've got the silicone gel pad. So that basically keeps your case dry, keeps the moisture out of there if you're working in a wet environment, or maybe you put the copter away and it's got a little moisture on the landing gear. This is going to help absorb that because they have a built-in one down in the bottom. I'm actually just showing you the one what you get that's included. They actually have it installed down in the bottom. Now these are reusable, they're lifetime. So you can actually, if it gets wet or you see that the green indicator turns red, you simply take it out, you put it in the oven for a little while. It dries out, it's ready to go again, you put it right back in your case. So where this really shines is when you get it out in the field. This is really important in law enforcement. If you're working in search and rescue, if you're working in law enforcement or fire department where you need to get your copter out of the case and in the air, this is a time saver because the Q500 is probably one of the worst ones to have to put props on. It takes a little while. You've got a large wrench you're supposed to use, and it's just kind of time consuming and cumbersome. But with this case, that's not the case anymore. You really can just take it right out and you're in the air. Let's go ahead and go outside and simulate a simulated mission, and we'll go ahead and see how quick we can actually get the Q500 out of the Minuteman case and in the air. Let's go ahead and take a look. Operating a UAS for law enforcement purposes is critical, and every second counts. And Minuteman Cases has really hit the mark with their new cases for the Q500, the Inspire, and some of the other copters that are out there in the market. Being able to deploy your UAS in seconds instead of minutes is very important when you're working in search and rescue, fire rescue, a fugitive search, anything like that. You want to be able to get your UAS out of the case and deployed. And they've really hit the mark by allowing you to keep your props on, keep your camera payload on. And let's go ahead and take a look at how quickly we can deploy this out of the case and get it into the air. and we're essentially ready to go. The only thing we're waiting on now is satellite lock, and then we're launching. And this can vary depending on the UAS you're using, of course. And there we go, we're launching. And just as fast, the UAS is stored. Safety lock's on. Props are lined up. And drop it back in the case. On to our next mission.